Ms. Flora, you often proudly note that you're from a military family. Your dad was an Air Force lieutenant colonel. You're the wife of an 82nd Airborne veteran. Let's talk about this idea of using the military, right? We've heard two people kind of talk about this already. Donald Trump is talking about it. How would that work if the National Guard or the military were to come into Douglas County where you live and start rounding people up?
Thank you. You know, I've been down to the border. I did an extensive period going from El Paso, Texas to Deming, New Mexico, Columbus, New Mexico, listening firsthand to Border Patrol, ICE, and DEA. And one of the things that I saw there was a beautiful partnership between the Texas National Guard. I sat in the backyard of a woman named Dolores. Her back fence is the border wall. She called it her freedom fence. And when the Texas National Guard was walking along, she goes, "Those are my heroes." She even said, "I throw cookies to them every day," so she might have quite an arm. But the reality is that's the partnership I'm talking about. It is time that we understand that drug cartels are actually pretty much a narco-terrorist military organization. The reality is they control our border. They control a vast majority of Mexico. That's my focus when it comes to the use of military. It's already working very well with the Texas National Guard. It's time that we allow our great men and women to focus on our #1 national security issue, which is our southern border. And then we can address the humanitarian aspect of it, which is a disaster here as well.
Just want to clarify. That's happening in Texas because a Republican governor has mobilized the Guard in that way. Democratic governor in Colorado is not going to do that. So the options would be send in the U.S. military or have a future President Trump nationalize the Guard under the Insurrection Act and say, you know, bring in guardsmen from out of state into Douglas County. You think that would work?
I think that it is time that we take it very seriously for what it is.
Would you like to answer the question?
I will, because I do
ask somebody that's got
Mr. Holtorf, you've been interrupting people constantly. I would ask you to stop. Ms. Flora, could you please answer the question?
Yes.
Bringing in out-of-state National Guardsmen or the U.S. military in Douglas County, do you feel like that would work?
Not into Douglas County. That's not what I'm talking about. What I mentioned is to secure our border. That is what is required. And we also, by the way, have to stop the President of the United States from suing border states who are doing their own work.
The question was about the actual work of rounding people up in Douglas County. But we took a couple tries at that.
There is deportation happening in Colorado. Mayor Johnston is doing it because he says he can't afford the illegals that they've invited in.
He's not deporting anybody. He's certainly offering people onward
telling people we will secure a bus and
for the folks here, there's actually two military members